Alright guys, it's January 19th. It is approximately -5 with the wind chill outside, so kind of bound to the garage today. Um, this is gonna be an update for this lawn tractor, the LX176. Uh, it's been sitting for a few weeks now. I've been waiting on well, actually, my friend ordered the head gasket and the head bolt for that side. Um, More on that later. But where it is right now is it runs, and what I found is that it doesn't actually run bad. It might need a little adjustment, but this goes into the air cleaner, which is, right here, and it actually sort of feeds this into the carb. So we found that if we do this, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but it runs like smooth as a top. So basically, I'm just not even bother until I get that fixed and then the air cleaner installed. And also, I still need to attach the choke. I just got the throttle hooked up. I'll show you guys that in a minute. And now I'm going to tell you guys what happened. Um, when we were running this, me and my friend were running this a few weeks ago. This, you can see all the carbon and crap. This bolt started leaking, so it actually was like legit loose in there. So, assuming it's not broken off, we tightened it and we decided to just torque all the bolts, right? Well, it was actually kind of his idea. I thought it would be a good idea, so I said, go ahead. And this one right here, sorry, out of frame. This one right here just started to spin, and that is such a dreadful feeling. So basically, we stopped running it. It blew out the head gasket. I mean, from here you could literally see like the combustion coming out of the cylinder. So then we brought it back in the garage here, and he started backing this bolt out, and I'm like, oh man, please don't be broken off, or please don't strip out the damn block. Well, he took it out, and I'll see if I can find it, but the bolt had literally untwisted itself, and here it is, what's left of it. Oh, dropped it. And it untwisted itself right there. And then he put it in the vise, the head in the vise, or he put it like this in here. As I was saying, uh, basically this bolt was about to break in half. Right at this isn't just the head that what's left. I swear I can't find it, but there's like probably about a 5/8 or 3/4 inch shank on this that's not threaded because of the thickness of the head, so the engine head. So it broke off right there as they usually do. So he basically basically broke it in half right in the vise. And the reason why that's good actually is it could have broken off in there and completely screwed me, but it actually worked out in my favor, and it broke after he took it out. So I need to pull this head when I get the new head gasket and the bolt, which will be coming in like a couple days, I think. He said he'd order it because he felt that it was kind of his fault, but I don't know. So I'll be getting that soon. I just need to pull the head, do the new head gasket a second time. I pulled this head before because I don't know. Actually, I pulled both of these heads a while back and replaced the head gaskets. The exhaust valve on this cylinder had a screw stuck in it. One of the screws that go in here, or right there, or whatever. And whenever, sorry, I lost my train of thought. I got distracted. Anyway, so I just need to replace that, and they'll be runnable. Then after that, I need to get the air cleaner. As you can see, this choke isn't really hooked up. I mean, it is, but it's not. It needs like a little clip that goes in there. And it's actually the screw with a washer. When I got the engine, it only had one of these. I'm not sure why. And it doesn't have that second choke plate like some of these carbs do, so I know it's not that. But right now, I just have the throttle hooked up because that's most important. To keep this in place, all I have to do actually, when I'm starting it, I can, vary it to, more or less choke. But then I just had to put a big zip tie on the shaft here, and it kind of stays wherever, You just have to push it into place, and that's fine. So I got this hooked on here, and then I installed my choke lever, and I knew I was gonna need one of these, and this is what I got. I actually put a 3/8 washer underneath because there wasn't enough plastic in here for the nut to come all the way up, so I just spaced it out, and it's nice and solid, but it just comes up and down a bit. And so I got a choke mostly, and probably the most important part of this was to get a throttle that worked. All I had before, when I had the Kawasaki on it, was this. And it's tied to this hand throttle. The choke won't work anymore, but I don't care. It sucked anyway. But then it has this cable. When it comes to here, I need to go right down there. So what I did is I designed and 3D printed this linkage. It seems to hold up. I'm kind of not sure about the heat. It's only PLA. But if not, I'm probably just going to make another one of these in steel. Or aluminum, whatever, but probably steel. And then this seems to actually work. This is just a piece of welding rod. It's not super stiff, but this seems to work okay. As you can see, it doesn't really have enough travel. I have a feeling I'm not going to have much throttle control. But what I might do is, since this kind of bows out because of where this hole is, I might take an 1/8 inch bit and like drill another hole, like right, maybe 1/2 inch or an inch further down, and it'll shorten that moment arm and actually give this more throw. So that's kind of how that works. This is kind of not really in all that well because it won't focus. Well, anyway, it's just a Z hook. Comes out, goes down, and comes back out. So I kind of did the same with this. I need to trim that off, I guess. And then I did the same down here. And as you can see, it wiggles because it's just a welding rod. It's not this hard stuff. And this will eventually rust up, and this will get kind of crappy. But it's kind of just temporary. Hopefully it'll come up with something better. What I was gonna do is use one of those throttle kits. They come with the cable, and I was just gonna put the lever type in the kit right here. But then I'd have two of these. It looked kind of weird, and I wanted to keep it kind of original, just not really for keeping the sake of keeping it original, but actually just for it to be functional as it used to be. I don't like to do things that are going to make it more inconvenient. I'm saying that, and I just put this engine on here. But the important thing to note is that it's almost done. I doubt anybody's on the edge of their seats about the swap, honestly. But with that being said, I think that's about all I got to cover on this. And what I'll be doing is I'll make a video when all this is done. I know that people are not really interested in seeing an update video where one little thing was done. What I'm going to do after the engine's done is, for this hood, I'm going to take that brace out. Excuse me, I burped. I'm going to mount it back on there, see how it's probably going to wiggle really bad. Sorry, it's really cold out here. And if it does, I might make like a brace or something for it to replace that. And once that's done, I'll focus on getting this winch put on. It's a 2,500 pound winch from Harbor Freight. It comes with a roller ferro lead, in case any of you don't have one and want to get one or whatever. The winch, obviously, I think it has like 2 mounting bolts. Yeah, 2 mounting bolts right there. I think it should have 3 or 4, but whatever. I think they kind of know what they're doing. I think you pull that out and turn it to free spool it, and you got your positive lead, and that's to ground it to something else. These take quite a bit of power, At least even these small ones. For electronics, you get this fuse right here. I'm not a fan of these because you gotta replace the whole damn thing. You can't just slip in a little blade fuse in, Sorry, that was sideways, I think. Comes with mounting hardware. remote. That's nice. I'm just gonna have a switch on the dash, but that's nice too. And here's your motor controller. I'm not 100% sure if how this works yet, but what it does say, it has two mounting screws on it, so I'll probably put it under right on the firewall right there, if you want to call it that. Power cord that goes to the battery, I guess. That goes to your motor. It says motor connection, and then I thought this came with like a relay. You'd think you would want a relay for this because I'm sure it's quite a bit of amperage going through there. I may have actually do that unless the instructions have a better idea. I think they knew what they were doing when they designed this to be safe and everything. And, I just don't want to overload a little switch. I was just going to use a toggle, one position toggle that pulls it in, and then I think you pull that knob out to get the winch to free spool, and and it comes with like a little. I guess it's a. Honestly, I really don't know what this loop is for. I've seen people like on cars and cameras, they just hang this like right off the hook. I don't know why you do that, but oh well. I'll eventually get that on there though. I know this video is going on 12 minutes now. I have a bad habit of that. But the idea I had was to got a bunch of angle iron and other stuff right there. So I was probably going to do, for starters, the hood mounts onto the hinges right there. And you probably can't see them. Yeah. So those two pieces of steel, it comes up and then it folds forward. What I'm probably going to do is just weld on or bolt on a plate like right here, and then or one that mounts on the sides and goes around the front like a weight rack, and then I'll just bolt that on, bolt the winch right on that. I want it to be kind of protected, but I'm not really too worried about the winch being, damaged or anything. I honestly don't even know if I'll ever need it, but it'll be there, so that'll be nice. If I'm wanting to get a snow blade for this really bad, or maybe buy one, or build one, I mean. Either build one or buy one made for this tractor, which would be the better one. Instead of using that, I could use the winch, but I would kind of rather just use that. I mean, if I build it, it's going to be with the winch. If I buy one, it's going to be with that. Let's just get that sorted out now. But basically, as a recap, I mean, the things that I still need to do, absolutely need to do, get the hood fitted. That's the last thing, I think. Make sure that this actually works and doesn't just melt because it's PLA plastic. Choked. That's not super vital, but it would be nice. I need to get the air cleaner assembly. That's kind of the biggest thing right now, and as well as getting the head fixed, the head bolt and the gasket. So I think that about does it for this 13.5-minute video. So if you made it this far, congrats. Later.